is the same thing. Coquilhalla Canyon is Othello tunnels. I was just saying I wrote it in an Instagram caption the other day that we need to see some like autumn colors. And I feel like we're getting a little bit of that here.
Oh yeah, there's some leaves falling.
Yeah, there's definitely, okay. What the
Park closed dusk to dawn. No overnight parking or camping permitted.
It looks like we're going the right way. Coquilhalla Canyon Provincial Park. Yeah.
Here we go.
There's tons of cars here.
Oof.
I think we made it.
Okay. I thought someone was getting towed because they weren't supposed to be parked there, but the vehicle just doesn't start because the guy's standing right there. So I found this new, well, it's not new. Found this old Canucks jersey at a thrift store in Vancouver. So it's a little beat up, but this is the jersey they wore in I think 2000 or 1999 to 2009, 2008, 7. Anyways, they wore this jersey when I was a kid, so all my memories are watching the Canucks wearing this jersey, and I hated it growing up. I thought it was super ugly, and I never had one. And then now looking back on them, they're one of my favorite jerseys because there's so many memories of me, watching Canucks games and seeing them in these colors. So I tried to find one forever and I couldn't find them. And we were in a thrift store killing time in Vancouver. And I saw this one. It was $30, which is pretty good. Definitely beat up. There's the logo's kind of coming off a little bit. And a couple of scuffs and marks, but yeah. And it's a little big for me as well. But I'm glad I found it because I really wanted one of these ones.
Maybe I'll have one more sip of coffee. What way did we go?
Because silver was discovered, so they wanted to transport the silver to the coast here. I can only assume. I'm still reading about it, I'm still learning. I watch a lot of, I've been listening to a lot of history stuff, history podcasts and all that at work, and about dictators and Wild West and I don't know, all kinds of stuff that I just find myself listening to. It's super interesting to me. But I noticed that some of the episodes are they kind of talk whoa, whoa, and I'm oh, it's meant for children.
Oh.
So it's kind of kids will enjoy it. Not all of them are like that. Some of them are pretty they're pretty graphic and I'm listening to one about Vlad the Impaler, and yeah. So there are some pretty graphic ones, but you'll listen to a few and you're oh my god, this is definitely meant for kids in grade 4 and 5. Pumpkin spice.
Spooky season, baby.
Yep. Give me leggings and a cashmere turtleneck and my little pumpkin spice Starbucks latte. And I just love pumpkins. I love all the fall colors.
My friend, she's a really great Instagram account called Blackberry Trees, and she talks about sustainability and veganism, but then she also talks about mostly environmental stuff, and it's very good. But she's been vegan much longer than I have, and Blackberry Trees, yeah. Marina, Blackberry she's awesome, bushes. And she posted a picture the other day of her breakfast, and she made a pumpkin breakfast toast. So it was pumpkin puree, kind of like pumpkin pie. Ooh, and she put pumpkin, puree with walnuts or something on toast. Yeah. I think you guys might be seeing us make something like that pretty soon, because I'm not crazy about all the autumn pumpkin spice stuff. I don't really care for it. It's a bit too sweet for me, but I do love pumpkin pie, and I do love apple pie.
I don't like baked goods in general. My friends always make fun of me for it, but There are certain pies I can get behind, and pumpkin pie is definitely one of them.
Yeah, it's definitely the goat. We made it through the first one. Huh. Look at them. The camera's tripping. God, it's so pretty here. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like it. There was one, I went to a canyon in, I think it was a canyon in, like outside of Taipei, and it kind of reminds me of this. We had to all wear hard hats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's really pretty.
Really good place for photo opportunities for sure. A lot of people with cameras. It's just beautiful. Like it's hard to, definitely hard to capture it in a camera just because to be able to see like the, how it's all like, what it looks like, I guess. It's, I don't know, it's just really cool. If that makes sense. My rambling made sense.
So greasy. I showered last night. So greasy. 300 meters. We don't really know where we're going, but we kind of just figured that we would go into the town of Hope and then figure it out from there. I haven't been to Hope, I don't think, ever, except for just like stopping for gas and driving through. Everything looks like closed, so. Cute. Spot's relatively flat.
Feels pretty flat to me.
It seems fine, right?
I'm not rolling off the bed yet.
Since we pulled in here, a whole bunch of people have pulled out behind us.
Oh really?
Yeah, not like van lifers, no. Well, I mean, I don't think. It's not vans, it's cars. I mean, they could live in their cars too.
No.
I think it's just because there's bathroom, like it's a rest stop.
Yeah.
So the sign here says that you can stay here overnight, but only one night. So. Kind of leaking. Is this the soup?
Yeah.
So the other day I made a soup that I kind of made the recipe up for. Well, I took like a bunch of different recipes. I pureed sweet potato and then blended it with broth, like bouillon and water. And then, so I did like sweet potato and broth. And then I put a bunch of broccoli, and then I basically just like cooked it in with like oat milk and nutritional yeast, so it kind of made like a cheesy sauce. And it was really delicious. And now there's not that much left, but then we bought, where did I put it? We bought also like a store-bought, the lighting's all wacky. Then we bought like a store-bought butternut squash soup, so I think I'm just gonna mix them together, and then I have like pita chips for us to eat, and we got like a whole bunch of snacks, popcorn, and then leftover fried rice from last night. So it's kind of like a leftovers day. I don't feel like cooking a whole lot, but this will still be really good, I think. We'll kind of just make it like hybrid of a couple meals.
Yeah.
Also, look.
Has it been like that this whole time?
Yeah, well, I was wearing that long jacket.
Oh. Did you know that was like that?
No. And I'm so upset because I liked this skirt.
Yeah.
My butt's just out.
We can get you another one.
I mean, it was like $11, so
Yeah,
I don't
get
think,
you two if you want.
I don't think we're going to be struggling that much. Okay, stove. Let's do it. Go do it. Go do it.
Do you want me to do anything, or should I just stay out of your way?
Do it. Do it. Do it. Go do it. Go do it. Do it.
Do you want me to do anything, or do you want me to stay out of your way?
What's that one called? We used to do that in the 90s all the time. This one.
It's a good workout.
It's like, if the band's rockin', don't come knocking. But we're doing that. That's what we're doing to rock the band. Rock the band. Pick you up in a Cadillac, like a gentleman, pick you up in a back. You don't know that one?
Nope.
Okay. We saw some orange and yellow and red today, mostly yellow and orange.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the leaves have turned and are falling off the trees, definitely.
It's autumn.
But there's something that I've kind of noticed about like the lower mainland, Fraser Valley, at least these parts of BC. So when I used to live in Ontario, like when I was growing up in Ontario has the most beautiful autumn season because there's so many maple trees. Like that's like the majority of the trees are maple trees. They're everywhere. And here we have a lot of beautiful trees that their leaves turn, but we also have so many evergreen trees that don't turn and kind of just like look the same. So like when you're walking, it's kind of like, especially on gloomy days, there's a lot of still like gray and green and blue from the mountains, and then there's some colors changing. But that is something that I have to say. If I could go back and add it to our Ontario versus BC video, and maybe we did say it, I don't think we did.
I don't think we did.
If we could go back and add something to that video from like, what, half a year ago, I would say that Ontario's autumns are, like, I'm sure right now in Ontario, it just looks unreal.
Yeah.
And here it's beautiful. I don't want to sound like I don't think that it's beautiful here, that I'm taking it for granted, because I'm not. It's gorgeous, but yeah. Just an observation.
We got like, I don't know, what looks like from here, 4 to 6 inches of snow last night.
Yes.
My back hurts.
Mine's a little sore. So we just woke up. Rachel and I are making some coffee, and then we're gonna go down to the lake and hang out there for a little bit. We got gifted this little bottle of Javi microdose coffee. It's insanely good. It's really convenient for us because living in a van, like, as you guys know, we do have a French press, but like this stuff is way more convenient to use. You can put it in hot water or ice water, and it's just like a ready to go coffee. You only need like a tablespoon, 1 to 2 teaspoons, and then mix it up. Super good. Put a little bit of creamer in it. Like, that's what we do. I mean, you can also just drink it black. It's still really good. So some of you guys might remember we actually had a bottle of this stuff in the summer, which we went through pretty quick because it's super good. But we recently left our French press in Vancouver at a friend's house. So we actually really need coffee. We need a bottle of Javi. So this is perfect. We have 3 more bottles. This is 1 of 3. So yeah, we're super stoked on this. Thank you so much, Javi.
blurb when you look on Google Maps. It says vegan options. And they do have vegan options. They definitely have a lot of vegetarian options. And they do have vegan options, but it's more like vegan power bowl or whatever. Like stuff that we could probably make for a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's good, but and then same with this other coffee house right across the street. So we could either make food, or there's a little like modest Indian place that we could go to as well.
I'm down for whatever. Indian could be good.
Yeah. Whenever we get Indian food, like at lunch, get a lunch special, it always reminds me of Phnom Penh, because we got Indian food so much in Phnom Penh. It was one of those like really reliable go-tos for us, especially when we first got there, because we knew we'd be able to get something vegetarian, and we're always down to eat Indian food. But definitely getting Indian food at lunchtime reminds me of being in Cambodia, for sure.
So we are currently driving to HMI Skate Park here in Hope. So back when I was living in Vancouver, I was actually having meetings with the what would you call it, like the city council of like Surrey, and we were talking about potentially making like a downhill skate park within the community somewhere. We're scoping out different spots that we could potentially do it, and one of the guys that was also there was this guy Hippie Mike, and he's like big guy with like big dreads, but he recently opened up a skate park here in Hope, I think maybe like a year ago, maybe not even quite that yet, where he built like a skate park inside. So today we are gonna go and check that out, and I doubt he'll remember me, but we'll go check it out, and go for a bit of a skate. Really cool is he said that there's another indoor park opening up in Abbotsford. Some guy like bought a warehouse. So, but he said that they've built like 2 parks or something in the time that it's taken him to like complete his, and he hasn't even like completed his yet. So, but he made it kind of seem like it was like close to being done. It's kind of like Leaside but made of wood. Leaside's like an underground skate park in Vancouver. All DIY, for skaters, by skaters. But so is this park. But yeah, all in all, hope you've been great. It's where Asa used to live. Just around the corner from the Dairy Queen. It's weird, when we were at a show, we went to go see DuckTales, which is a band, and we met Nardwar there, and he, like, of course, my friend Asa is like really into music, and obviously so is Nardwar. If you know who Nardwar is, he interviews like every musician. We kept bugging him. We're like, dude, leave the guy alone. He's just here to enjoy a show. Like, leave him alone. And he kept saying, Nardwar kept saying to Asa, because Asa was like, oh, I'm from Hope. He's like, I live in Hope there. And Nardwar kept being like, I love going to the Dairy Queen in Hope. I love going to the Dairy Queen in Hope, BC. And Asa was like, what? He's like, yeah, like I live right near there. He's like, I used to work there in the back. He's like, what? like, did you know that or something? He's like, I just love going to that Dairy Queen and hope. It's like kind of weird, but yeah, Asa was like kind of thrown off by it. But yeah, just a funny story, I guess.
Nick was just saying that last time he was here, he really wanted to get a drone shot of the falls, of course. But last time we were here, we were doing the waterfalls vlog, and it was very rainy, so you couldn't do it. And now you're just saying,
oh man, I've been thinking about it since we were here last. I've been like thinking about getting this shot because I just wanted to like pan up the lower part of the falls and then like up the whole like rock face behind us. And and yeah, I've been literally thinking about it like ever since. I'm like, oh, I really wanted to get that shot. Yeah, it was just as good as I thought it was gonna be.
I am exhausted. I don't know if it's just because of like the rain or what it is, but this gloomy day is really taking it out of me. Anyways, we're gonna sign off here because we have a whole bunch of chores and stuff to do before the next work week starts. But thank you to everyone who watched this video and came to Hope with us and to the waterfall with us.
And the fellow tunnels.
And did all the things with us. We appreciate it so much, and we will see you in the next video. Okay, bye.
Bye.